So as you've gathered from the title of the video, I'm a little bit ticked off, and this is off track and offbeat for the usual kind of content that I like to put up and cover on my channel. But I've chosen to cover this story and share my opinion on it. And while yes, it could make you ticked off and angry or even sad, come the end of the video and the story that I share with you guys, there's actually a little silver lining and a bit of hope that could, turn some frowns upside down. Now we all know that the world is full of scumbags. It's a fact, it's unfortunate, you can't escape them, and every so often you hear stories about lowlifes and scumbags scooping to all new low levels, which make your gut wrench and your heart sink, and it quite frankly pisses you off. And I've been unfortunate enough to encounter some of these lowlifes and scumbags before myself, not so long ago, where my house was actually broken into twice. Once when I was actually just at work during the day, and the second time I was actually on holidays in the UK. And luckily enough for me, my financial situation has improved and I've been able to move into a much nicer area. And at the time I actually had contents insurance, so most of my valuables and possessions were replaced. It sucks, it happens, but all's well that ends well, I guess, in my situation anyway. However, I've just read an article on Kotaku, which is at that point where it's that whole new level of low. That kind of scooping to that level which really makes your gut wrench, your heart sink, and quite frankly, could possibly easily piss you off. Now we're going to zip over to Wellington Hospital in New Zealand, where a PlayStation 4 was actually stolen from the hospital. Now you might be thinking, oh that sucks, that's pretty low. But it was actually stolen from the kids' cancer ward. That's right, these scumbags have stolen a PlayStation 4 from a cancer ward. Now this unfortunate story first came to light via the Dominion Post, which is a New Zealand newspaper, and they had this to say about the story. Hospital staff confirmed that the PS4 disappeared over the weekend after it was removed from the table it was bolted to. About 15 patients used the game console while in the ward for treatment, including 9-year-old Angus Little, who played Minecraft during his weekly chemotherapy sessions for an inoperable brain tumour. The PS4 was received by the hospital as a donation. Now Angus Little actually had this to say about the unfortunate circumstances. "I'm angry and I'm a little annoyed because it was a good distraction for me and the other kids too. They also took the game disc, so I've lost the mansion that I also built." So chances are you're probably feeling a little bit triggered like I have been since I read this story. And the first thing that jumps to mind is that it is just incredibly low. The scum that would steal from a hospital, let alone the cancer ward of a hospital, from children, it's sickening. You might think, big deal, they just stole the PlayStation 4. And, I can tell you now that when you are going through tough times, escapism is a powerful tool. And you could read a book and watch TV, but you can't do that day after day after day. You need some variety, you need to mix it up. Hospitals are boring places. And, I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to have cancer and not being able to escape my own mind and stop dwelling on my unfortunate circumstance. And the PlayStation 4 offers them that little time out where they can escape reality for a while and it help their mental state. And that's important when you're sick. It is proven that mental state is incredibly important when you're suffering an illness. That's why we see clowns and comedians go into hospitals, because it cheers them up, and laughter is healthy, it's beneficial. But to the low-life pieces of shit that had the nerve to go through the effort to steal this PlayStation that was bolted to a table, I honestly wish you nothing but bad fortune and bad karma, and come the end of your life, I hope you die a lonely soul. Now, like I said previously, I'm going to link this article down below in the description, because Angus and his mum have actually set up a means to receive donations and try and raise money to replace the PlayStation 4 that was stolen. And there's a link on the Kotaku article as well where you can donate directly to the Wellington Hospital, which I'll be doing after I finish recording this video. Now, I know there's not much more that can be said on this incredibly unfortunate and saddening event that has taken place, but let me know what you think down below. As always guys, my name's Sully, this is One Guy's Opinion, and we're going to talk in the next video.